What happens when you take Brawl Stars, make it 10 times worse and change the names? That's right, you get a Brawl Stars ripoff. Today we're ranking 8 of the craziest Brawl Stars ripoffs in the world. While most of them are trash, some might actually be better than Brawl Stars itself. Let's see if we can find the ultimate Brawl Stars ripoff. By the way, I probably have a creator code in one of these games. Let's find out. Super Cats. You've probably heard of this game before, but not in a good way. The loading screen is literally Brawl Stars, but cat version. You start off with a tutorial which looks exactly like Brawl Stars. They have this goofy ass transition which is honestly the worst transition I've ever seen on a video game. The menu screen is also stolen from head to toe, but they were smart enough to exchange the brawlers and shop icon. How mindful. Even the characters are shamelessly copied from Brawl Stars. They just changed the name and model to avoid getting sued. But trust me, it gets worse. I got into a match and oh boy, I need to wash my eyes with soap for what I just experienced. Imagine Brawl Stars, but every movement feels like it was made by a 2-year-old. The controls are impossible to move and the environment just looks ugly. The game modes are also knocked off from Brawl Stars, and it actually has a couple more features than Brawl Stars itself. This might be the only good thing about the game. The game even has a bonus pass which is totally not a Brawl Pass, and a Glory Road which is definitely not Trophy Road. They also have clubs aka Legions, and guess what? I found one named Brawl Stars. Let's try to make some friends. What's this? Oh, it's a free chest, but you have to watch ads for that. You can also get free gems by downloading these 100% not scam apps. Solid F tier. I honestly don't think any game can get worse than this. Spoiler alert, it does. Anyways, let's hope that the next game is a little bit better. Battle Kings. I clicked on the game and immediately got hit with an ad. What a great start. I was about to uninstall the game, but then I saw this. The game is totally different from Brawl Stars. There's 2 tanks trying to blow each other off, and the last one standing wins. The graphics were shockingly good. The controls and buttons felt very smooth. The only downside was that they showed ads after every single match. I was wondering if this actually was a Brawl Stars ripoff or not, but then I saw this. The menu, the shop, and even the Trophy Road was exactly copied from Brawl Stars. At this point, I'm convinced that these devs just screenshotted Brawl Stars and call it a day. But honestly, this game is kind of fire. A tier. You guys should try it out. You know what else you should do? Subscribe to my channel, baby. Otherwise, you'll have to play Brawl Stars knockoffs for the rest of your life. Next up, we have Takedown Legends. This game was actually promoted by none other than Lex, so I'm quite excited to try it out. Just like other games, you start off with a tutorial, and this one was pretty good. They gave me a little thanks for downloading the game, which I appreciate. I was getting a bit suspicious because the game was turning out to be actually good. The lobby was very distantly close to the Brawl Stars lobby, and for the first time, the shop was different, but ugly as hell though. There was only one character whom you could customize as much as you wish, but the real fun started when I hopped into a match. It was basically an FPS shooter game like PUBG, but in third-person view. If Brawl Stars and PUBG Mobile had a child, it would be this. The graphics were alright, and the takedown animation was pretty cool. I'm putting this on a not a ripoff tier because this is definitely not a Brawl Stars ripoff, but the same cannot be said for the next game, which is Battle Stars. This game is pretty special to me because the developers actually reached out and asked me to become a creator. I probably have a creator code in the game, but we'll have to see if it's true. The game looks like it's going through an identity crisis. The waiting lobby literally looks like Among Us, whereas the gameplay is just a watered-down version of Brawl Stars. It has the worst controls I've ever seen in a video game, and I'm not even joking. Think of Brawl Stars, but it's 10 times harder to do basically anything because the controls are so trash. And somehow, it gets even worse. Everything from the menu to the shop to the brawler lobby is a worse version of Brawl Stars. They also have some questionable characters in the game, but there's basically no point in having all these characters because they all have the same exact mechanism. Trophy Road? Nah, we have League Road. The only thing that's different in the game is the game modes, and even those are similar to Brawl Stars. How original. Let's see if my creator code works. Wait, what? It actually does? I take back everything I said. Battle Stars is the best game ever. Download the game right now and use code Taki in the shop. I think I should change my channel name to Taki Battle Stars. Up next we have Bomber Grounds. Right off the bat, you can see the loading screen looks exactly like Brawl Stars. Not a great start, but the gameplay is actually great. You're parachuted on a floating island where you either push other people off or kill them with bombs. The gameplay was really smooth and I love the graphics. Controls were very handy and to be honest, the game is very addictive. I literally forgot about the video and got hooked into the game. Before I could even realize what I was doing, I was at 300 trophies. Unfortunately, everything else in the game was stolen from Brawl Stars. From the menu to the shop to even the brawler lobby, they even had big boxes and mega boxes. You know what? I respect the commitment. If you're gonna copy, might as well go all in. The game has a bomber pass and a league progress, which is definitely not copied from Brawl Pass or Trophy Road. They even teach children how to gamble, which I respect because there's no better way to nourish a child than teaching them how to throw their life savings away. The game modes were arguably copied from Brawl Stars too, but the gameplay was so fun and enjoyable that I'm gonna have to put it in S tier. I'll definitely be playing more of it in the future. I really had fun with Bomber Grounds, but don't worry, the next game will make sure to remind me why I'm here. Cantina Royale. You start off with the tutorials that looks very similar to Brawl Stars. Then you're thrown into what looks like a showdown match where they even have power cube boxes. It was basically Brawl Stars, but with a more realistic and arguably better graphics. The controls were a bit stiff, but I loved the death animation. The other game modes were also copied exactly from Brawl Stars, but they looked cool. Unfortunately, like every other ripoff, the main menu and brawler lobby was stolen from Brawl Stars. The game had different characters and they honestly looked good. It even had a special gambling area. What a beautiful game. They had their own version of Brawl Pass named the Dark Zone, which is a very odd name. It sounds as if there's some underground criminal activity happening there. Overall, even though the game shamelessly copied Brawl Stars, they actually made it better with the graphics. If Brawl Stars didn't exist, this game probably would have been in the top charts of App Store. A tier. If Cantina Royale was Brawl Stars with better graphics, then the next one is Brawl Stars on drugs. I present to you Blast Royale. This game might look like just another Brawl Stars ripoff, but no, it's special. The characters have big heads, like really big, massive heads. There's a currency called a noob and a pass system called a noob pass. It really is special. I wonder what the developers were smoking when making this game because I want some of that stuff. The lobby and shop were essentially copy-pasted from Brawl Stars, but the gameplay was more of a PUBG Mobile knockoff. It was exactly like Takedown Legends, but for some reason, every time I dropped a weapon, it just vanished, as if I offended its ancestors or something. But seriously, the game was not so bad. I mean, we've seen worse games before. B tier. Last and definitely least, we have Hero Strike. It's basically Brawl Stars, but the environment is from 2050. The whole game has a futuristic theme, and it definitely is a Brawl Stars ripoff. Even though the controls and sound effects were great, the graphics was trash. The game modes were shamelessly copied from Brawl Stars, like this is literally Solo Showdown. But surprisingly, the main menu and shop had a unique UI. The characters were essentially the same with the exact same abilities as Brawl Stars, except they changed their names and models. Instead of the Trophy Road, you have a League Road in the game. Overall, this is definitely not the best game we tested today. B tier. And there you have it, 8 of the nastiest Brawl Stars ripoffs. Hope you enjoyed the video because recording this gave me an existential crisis. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to go touch some grass.